are now listening to Mondays with Mike Martinez.
Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Mondays with Mike. I'm here in my home city, Rancho Cucamonga, with my new best friend, John Brown. He's the owner of Game Day Men's Health. I've known John for just a few months now, but we've came very close in just a very short amount of time. So super excited. He owns a testosterone clinic here in Rancho Cucamonga and also in Redwood, so he's local. I'll let him introduce himself. John, what's up, man? Thanks for doing the show. I know you were reluctant to do the show with me. So thank you. Also, I'll let you start off by introducing yourself and where are you from, bro? Where did you grow up?
So my name is John Brown. My dad was in the Air Force. So basically I was born in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and then he moved to McConnell Air Force Base in Wichita, Kansas. So I'm a Midwestern kid. That's where I pretty much grew up, went to high school there, football, all that kind of stuff, just the American kid. We were just like a normal family. I'd say lower middle class. We never went without. My parents sacrificed a lot for us to have a good life. Just hard work and, just that Midwestern roots is where I'm from.
How did you end up in Cali and at what age?
So, when I was 18 years old, joined the Marine Corps, and then after that, never went back to Kansas. So lived in Japan for a few years, mostly out here in Camp Pendleton, and then went to Iraq, so did some time over there. I actually joined back in the military after the towers were hit.
Ooh.
So I did 4 years, got out, and then when the towers were hit was just maybe a year later, and then just went right in.
So let's say from 18 to your early 40s.
Yep.
Always lived in California,
Yep.
In the Marine Corps, in the military. Do you have a certain trade that you did most of your life? Like, is there a certain job that a trade that you did most of your life?
In the Marine Corps or out?
Outside.
Outside. So as soon as I was blown up, I was getting medically separated. So at that point, I was always blue collar, like hardworking, just always working with my hands. And I knew then I could never lift anything heavy and do that kind of work anymore. So got in with the Palomar College and became a real estate agent. Started that in 2006, so I got to see how the boom was, and then saw 2008, so I was through all that.
Were you how old were you, in your late 20s?
Yeah, I was like 26, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay.
Because about 20 years as a real estate broker now. So
okay,
agent, yeah.
So from your mid 20s all the way to your early 40s, you've always done real estate.
That's correct. Yeah, and property management.
Is it safe to say that you're a sales guy?
Yeah, I'm a sales guy. Actually, before the Marine Corps, I sold cars. So I was super young.
So you were already kind of into sales.
Yeah, I got into it, yeah.
All right.
And Al Bundy. I sold women's shoes for like 3 months just to because it was commission. I was going in the Marine Corps real quick, and I was like, I don't know. It was the only thing that was open.
That's funny, bro. So
I never told anyone that. So.
So how the hell did you get into a testosterone clinic for men, bro?
I know.
Testosterone. We're going to talk about that right now. Okay. It's a subject that a lot of people don't talk about. Now with people like Gary Brecka, 10X Health, like those type of, it's starting to get more and more popular. People know that a lot of athletes are on testosterone and things like that. But let's talk about that, dude. How do you end up with the testosterone clinic?
So basically, as you get older, your testosterone just goes down naturally. And I was getting a big belly, things like that, always working out. Couldn't figure out why my body wasn't the same as it was when I was younger. So eventually I basically just found Game Day. It was just Googled it in my hometown in Carlsbad and became a patient. And then within about 6 months, everything changed. My entire life changed, body, mind, everything. And then...
How old were you?
So I was 42.
Okay.
So that was right around when COVID was hitting as well, or we were in COVID. So the real estate market was absolutely insane, and it hit me in the right stride. So with the testosterone, I was up in that 900 range. So I was able to just crush it in real estate. I was working 14 hours a day like I was 20 years old again. It was absolutely amazing. And then as the interest rates were lowering and the market was skyrocketing, I knew this was going to be bad. I was predicting it. So I wanted to pivot a little bit and diversify my portfolio, just kind of like in the stock market. So I always wanted to do something with medical, and the owner actually sent out an email to all of the patients, was like, hey, I'm going to franchise this. Would you guys like to come? And I was just right there, and I just hit enter, and I said, yes, let's go.
That's right.
And then after that, went into training, and then within the end of the year, so December 19th, 2023, I opened the Rancho Cucamonga.
The Rancho location.
Yeah.
So I want to pause and talk a little bit about testosterone, and we'll talk about peptides, but I'm going to share my story.
Okay.
When we were coming off of COVID, I was probably around 38, 39. I'm 41 now, so a couple years ago.
You look good.
Hey, thanks, bro. Dude, I was fat as fuck during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So I had a buddy that, was working out, and I started working out with him right after COVID. Mm-hmm. And he was one of my neighbors. And this dude was like shredded, and I noticed he would eat clean, right, but he would cheat a lot. And he's like, yeah, bro, once you have abs and you just stay on testosterone and you get on some peptides, all you have to do is maintain it. So I started working out with him a lot, and I've been fit before in my early 20s, but I mean, now I'm in my late 30s. Mm-hmm. So I was very reluctant, very hesitant to get on testosterone because I heard about the mood. Like if you take too much, I thought it was like steroids, right?
Right.
There's illegal steroids. There's illegal, and dude, everybody that follows us that watches the show, they know I'm fucking raw. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Like there's stuff like Trend and Deca. Yeah. I don't fuck with that stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of stuff that'll make you have road rage and shoot somebody in the middle of the freeway. We don't mess with that. So, but I finally made the decision. I got on testosterone, mm-hmm, and it helped me. I also got on some peptides.
Yep.
I actually used a doctor in Beverly Hills that does celebrities, super expensive. I used him for a few years. I know, I was a little bougie. Well, because he's a Beverly Hills doctor doing celebrities, I trusted him.
Yeah.
So I got on test, and that's how we met. We were looking at not something less expensive than using a doctor in Beverly Hills, mm-hmm, that does celebrities, something local, something where I can have a relationship. So when we found Game Day, me and John, we hit it off, bro.
Right off the bat.
We hit it off.
Right off the bat.
So
fast.
Let's talk about, testosterone a little bit. Let's talk about why men's testosterone goes low at a certain age. Right. Let's talk about what other peptides are available for weight loss, even for erectile dysfunction. You guys don't want to talk about this stuff. Erectile dysfunction, ED, but it's real. But it's real.
Yeah.
So can you educate us a little bit about what exactly Game Day offers?
Yeah, definitely. So just so you guys know, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. So this is, I'm the owner of it. So I'll just kind of tell you basically what the symptoms are of like testosterone when the guys come in. So usually you just, you can't really burn fat. You can't put on muscle anymore. You've lost that motivation. You get kind of tired during the day.
Because you're older, so your testosterone declines dramatically.
Yeah.
What's normal for somebody that has optimal testosterone at 40 years old or even 35 years old?
So they'd be like, if they're probably at the 97 percentile, they'll be right around that probably 600 to 900 range naturally. That's like you talked about before, like those are the sports athletes.
Yeah.
Just like you, if you're like that and I was like that, you'd probably be a boxer, I'd be a football player. Yeah. Those guys just have that.
I was around like 350, 380.
Yeah.
Hovering around the 400s.
Yep. So you're low.
I was low.
Yeah.
Now I'm optimal.
You're optimal. Yeah.
So what's optimal?
So we like to get the guys in that. Each guy's different too. So we like to get everyone is a custom package. So you might like 900, but the guy next to you might want to be at like 700. So we actually dial each guy in. Like I started at 323. I was super low. And then I just kind of keep it in that 800 range. And I feel absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to get huge. I just love just the mental clarity, just the motivation that it gives me. It just drives me to get to the next level. And that's what it did in my real estate company. So it all hit at the right time. And then with this happened, I was able to level up. So just like you're saying before with 10X, I love 10X. And then like I was following Joe Rogan, Dana White. They're all on testosterone. And then another thing is I get to go just like you do to big networking events with very wealthy men. And every single time I talk to them, they're all on testosterone. They're all running TRT. It's just something that we need as men and women. Women also could be on testosterone. So just to basically feel normal. That's the whole thing. It's like I don't want to feel like a steroid guy or anything like that. I just want to feel normal.
So what happens in business is once you work your ass off and you're putting in 12 hours a day and you're finally finding some financial success, what happens is you fucked up all your hormones because you're all stressed out, you're eating like shit, you're not exercising. So yeah, you have a little bit of money in the bank now.
Yeah.
And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, damn, what happened to me? Like, I'm not the same person I was when I was not stressed out building a business.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a trend where a lot of people now, when they're successful, then they start focusing on getting ripped. And people don't understand. They're like, why are all the millionaires and multimillionaires, why are they all trying to get shredded? Because you don't understand. We thought that money was gonna satisfy us, and it doesn't. Now you have money in the bank, but now you look like shit.
Yeah.
And you feel like shit, which is even worse than looking like shit.
Exactly.
So now we start focusing on, all right, let's get our testosterone levels straight. Let's check all of our hormones and make sure that our thyroid is balanced out where it should be and whatnot. And then we start hitting the gym. We start eating cleaner. We start lowering our alcohol intake, right? Because a lot of people like to drink.
Yep.
We start, taking it easy on the alcohol. So what other hacks besides testosterone therapy? Right, because it's TRT, right?
Yeah,
TRT. Testosterone replacement therapy, is that what it stands for?
Yep, that's what it stands for, yep.
What other peptides do you suggest or do you offer to help optimize, especially business people?
Some of the best peptides out there, we call it the Wolverine shot, which is BCP 157, TV 500. Exactly.
I just took it. I pulled my shoulder. Those of you that follow me on Instagram probably seen I pulled my shoulder like 2 weeks ago. I was doing a inclined bench press, and I didn't have my elbows tucked in, and I threw out my shoulder. Oh, dude! So I came to John, and John's like, "I got you, bro. You guys see how charismatic this guy is?" I just walked in, and he's like, "I got you, bro. I got a Wolverine shot for you."
That's right.
So I took one, and I took another one yesterday. The pain's completely gone in a week.
Is it?
Completely gone.
Actually, I texted you after I saw the video.
You did.
I did. I was like, hey, brother, I got you. That's how I am. I am very, out there. Like, if you're following me on Instagram, I'll interact with you guys, too. Like, hey, if whatever it is, I like being part of it.
That's exactly what it was. So you seen that I posted on Instagram that I threw my shoulder out, and then you DM'd me.
Yep.
You're like, hey, bro, come to the office. I'll give you a Wolverine shot. Next day, I was here.
Yeah.
And I got the Wolverine shot, and then you gave me like 3 of them to take home.
Yeah.
Natalie injected me the other one yesterday, but the pain was already gone.
Yeah.
The pain was gone in like 3 days.
Exactly.
With the Wolverine shot. What else you got for us?
So we have NAD+, which is, hear all the celebrities talking about that, so you look young, your skin's actually better for you like that. We have HGH, if you want to get a little bit bigger, put on some muscle and actually burn fat at the same time. I actually took that before. I think you might have taken it before, I'm not sure. But it just makes you feel so big and so strong.
I was on it when I started leaning down after COVID, and then I got off of it, and I just got back on it. I took my first shot last night.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? The one that you said right before the HGH?
The NAD+.
The NAD+. Yeah, I've heard about that one too.
It's getting momentum, so let's start taking it off.
Yeah, I got to take. I've taken that before.
Right.
I would inject it on the leg every day.
Okay, yeah.
But it gives you shortness of breath for a second, doesn't it?
Some people are always different. So
yeah.
Another big thing is semaglutide, tirzepatide. So the weight loss is huge. It's for men and women. It suppresses your appetite, and it helps. Basically, it's also for healthy too. So the studies have actually come out where both of those are good for your heart. So people will actually stay on it for a long period of time, and then once you get that going, we also have erectile dysfunction, which is ED. The greatest thing about my staff here is they're super professional, and they're actually trained to, when you come in here and we know that it's like that kind of appointment, they make you feel really comfortable. They want you to come in here and open yourselves up, and because it's a natural thing. They talk about it every single day. There's always a guy that comes in, and we help them out. There's so many things we can do.
You have a location here in Rancho Cucamonga. Let's talk about your practitioner. Is that what she's called?
Yep.
Practitioner. And then the Redlands location, do you have a separate practitioner, or is it also
it's 2 different practitioners.
Okay.
Yep.
So talk about their role.
So,
practitioner.
So I have Samantha here, and then Alex in Redlands. both of them have been in the field for a very long time. Nurses, they've come up so they know exactly what they're doing. And then we actually send them to a more hormone therapy. So like if you have a doctor, they actually don't get like a lot of hormone therapy studies and when they're getting their doctorate.
Sam was explaining that to me. So is Sam, what exactly is a practitioner? I never understood.
So she's the nurse practitioner. So she's right below the MD. So she's the one that could basically do almost everything except for like major medical procedures. Okay. So she's the one that's going to come in. She's going to ask you all of your medical history. It's actually really hard to qualify for TRT as it is. We want to make sure that it's going to be safe because it's all medical grade. It comes from a pharmacy. So she goes through an entire gauntlet of all the questions. And then we have your blood work. So that's another thing that's key. So in about 15 minutes, we actually find your testosterone level. And we actually check your PSA. So we've actually caught...
What's PSA?
PSA is your prostate. So we want to see if there's prostate cancer. So if that's elevated, we have caught so many men because we probably had right around 800 men and women come through our doors last year. And I think we caught maybe close to 50 that had elevated PSA. So we sent them back to the primary because that could be something that they might have cancer.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah. Game Day actually will be probably, once it's fully developed, probably the biggest PSA tester in the entire United States.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing the services that you offer. And I am a personal client here, and I know that for sure. Even if you're like in your early 30s, dude, if you're overweight, like you know who you are. Don't bullshit yourself. You know who you are.
The pickle?
If you
That's the thing. You can't see the pickle, boys.
It's time, bro.
Your testosterone's low.
You know Felipe Esparza, the comedian? He says, you know it's bad when your girl is sucking your titties.
Bro.
Well, we got to throw that out there, bro. It's my show. I get to say whatever the fuck I want.
I love it.
All right.
Health is wealth, baby.
It is, dude. It is. And wealth is health. So here's the deal, bro. What we want to know is, what does it take to open something like this, right? And like, what have you experienced? Because I know this is a franchise.
Right.
So we're going to talk business now. We're going to talk about the franchise model. Can you explain to us what the franchise model is in Game Day? How do you get into this? And how difficult is it opening up a clinic like this and creating revenue?
That's a loaded question. So basically, this is my first franchise I've ever done. I wanted to experience one, see how it all kind of worked out. So basically, you get your territory. So for me, I chose Rancho Cucamonga. I drove up here and I absolutely fell in love with it. So you get your certain area of advertising. So I basically, all the men and women in Rancho in my area, I get to actually advertise to for them to come in. And then other than that, you're basically every single thing I have to build out all on my own. They give you the colors.
Custom to your liking, but you got to follow their patterns.
Exactly. Their patterns, all their kind of stuff. So all the walls are black. So we get that man cave feel, but we get to pick the art, stuff like that. And then the staffing is actually one of the hardest parts that I realized. I've actually had, this is really my second and a half staff, I want to say. Because you learn very quickly in that field of nurses and doctors of who's really good at what they do and who puts things on a resume that you might not are actually true. So the staff that I have now, these women and men are absolutely amazing. They are the top of the line, and that's one of the reasons why I have something to tell you.
All right.
Are we going to jump into that? Or?
So yeah, absolutely. Okay. So let's
kind of hit it at it.
Let's share the news. But before we do that, because I already know where you're going with it, you had shared it with me offline, and we're about to do it now. So there's one thing that we have to address. Number one, how many locations are there in the United States?
So in the United States, there's 281 that are open right now. Over 750 have been sold. So every single territory in the United States is completely sold out. It's the fastest growing franchise in American history. He did it all in 1 year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And out of 280 locations that are live right now, that are active, about how many are in California?
I would say about 150. I don't actually know the number, but 150, maybe 200, somewhere around there.
Okay, so the majority.
Yeah, because everything started here in California and then just branched out after that.
Okay. So now I'm going to let you share the exciting news with everybody, the trophy accomplishment All right.
I appreciate you, brother.
Dude, of course.
Oh, man.
So out of 280 stores and roughly 80% of them operating in California, about 150. What?
So I just found out from corporate. They gave me a call, and here in California, Rancho Cucamonga, we are number one. We gross the most out of every single store in all of California, and then throughout the entire United States, we're fifth. And honestly, I give it really to my staff. They are the absolute best. And the men, the reason why is because the men and women that come here give us so many referrals. I guarantee we have to have the most referrals out of everybody else. The guys, when they come in here, they see me, they're always happy, excited. There's a lot of guys we have to kick out. I ain't gonna lie, Mike. They're in here for a long time talking. You know, we call it in the Marine Corps smoking and joking. So they love it because it's the man cave thing. They're just telling their stories. Like one of the guys, he actually bowled 4 300 games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, last year. And he's like, because he's on testosterone. I was like, it's TRT, baby.
So first and foremost, congratulations to you and your team for being the number one store in California.
I'm so excited.
That's a huge accomplishment for a franchise, right? Because you're competing with how many locations?
Exactly.
It's
and
crazy.
I'm just a kid from Kansas.
So definitely give praise to your team. One of the hardest things in business is always finding, recruiting, training, developing, and retaining the best possible people. Yeah. So it seems like you're mastering that craft right now.
I'm doing my best.
As a business owner, that's freaking great, dude.
Yeah, I get back to them a lot too. So they get their cars detailed on the regular. I'm always buying them lunches and dinners. I just really take care of them.
The culture,
So,
yeah. No, and that's what you have to do. You have to. It has to be your business family.
Yep.
You know, that's how I see my companies as well. It's like I tell my team, and sometimes owners don't want to say this, but I'm like, I fucking love you guys, man. If you guys put in work, there's nothing I won't do for you in return.
Yep.
You know, you give me your loyalty and you give me your hustle, you'll get the exact same thing from me back.
Yeah.
So I love it, bro. So what has been the key contributors to your success so fast? I preach all the time that I've learned from 10X, from some of my greatest mentors. Sales and marketing is going to get you to your first $1 million. Okay. So what's been the key to your success? How'd you become the number one store so fast?
I think it's the staff, but I've actually kind of like groomed them a little bit on how to talk to everyone that comes in. I want them to be very professional. So we actually have a dress code. I want a certain look from them. And then I want them to have that bubbly attitude because I already know they could do their job phenomenal. I've already seen that. They're the best at what they do. So I'm just always like critiquing them a little bit. I always do a little in-house training just for my own, like, hey, let's just word it this way. Let's kind of do that kind of thing. And then for success is, obviously the advertising marketing is really good with Game Day. And then the referrals and everyone that's coming out, because we're giving those guys a great treatment, and then their buddy is seeing how good their buddy's doing and like, hey, what's going on, why are you looking so good? Or, hey, I thought you had ED issues and now you're just like smiling ear to ear, and we got that taken care of. So
what do you think, what type of marketing do you guys do?
We do Meta and Facebook. We do a lot of ground marketing, as we say. We go to the gyms. Anytime I'm with the Chamber of Commerce, so I go to all those events. So I meet all the business owners there. So that's actually really powerful. I love going to those things.
For a local business, would you say that networking has been a bigger impact than meta advertising?
100%. Yeah, I wish I could. I'm going to try to figure out this year how to like really see the difference of where everyone's coming from.
Yeah, measuring.
Because we now have to the point now where we're so well known in Rancho that guys are just walking in. Like they're not even setting an appointment. So like their buddies at the gym or at work, and they're like, "Hey, you got to go to Game Day," and they just walk in.
I sent my boy Alonzo here, and I got. My barber's probably gonna come see you. My barber's jacked already, bro.
Is he?
Yeah, he just wants to keep, maintaining it and trying to push himself to the next level. But, dude's like 20% body fat with abs. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that, bro?
That's crazy.
How are you at 20% body fat with abs, bro? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, I lift with my stomach. So, yeah, dude, and same thing, my problem is eating clean.
I see your videos.
So that's
Mama
my problem,
down.
Bro. That's my problem. Dude, I could work out.
So good.
So I think just me being on testosterone and working out I maintain.
You maintain.
I maintain, and a lot of people compliment me. They're like, "Dude, you look good, bro. You know, I look fucking like I work out. I look
You
fit.
look big.
I look fit.
Yeah, we worked out. You're really jacked.
I look fit, but you know, to go to the next level, I know that I'm going to need probably some extra peptides, and then just really get disciplined on eating clean. But this goes to say to those people watching that are a little overweight, that are struggling, dude, just start off by just getting on test, get on testosterone, and just start working out. You know, and just cut soda.
Exactly.
You know, so limit the alcohol.
Yeah, so I tell guys is like, listen, if you've never worked out, then we're just going to do a little bit of walking, walk your dog, walk with your wife, walk with your spouse, whatever. Stop drinking soda. And then my rule is if it has a drive-through, you got to drive right by that. You can't go in there. You got to eat healthy food. And then what I'm noticing now is the guys that are on testosterone for so long, they're telling me, and I'm kind of realizing back from when I first started too, is you naturally just want to eat healthier once you're on it.
Yes.
Once you're around that 6 month mark, it's really kicked in because your testosterone's been low for so long, and then when it gets up there, your body craves whole foods.
Yes.
It doesn't want any of that fast food stuff.
Yes.
And then once you get to that point, then you just like your life changes. Like I got guys that are getting promoted. Oh, this is actually a good story. So what we're seeing now is what I kind of predicted was, so guys that are on TRT and say they're in a construction job, right? The guys that are not on TRT are the ones that are lagging, and then they're the ones that are not getting promoted. And then the supervisors are seeing that, and then they're getting written out because all the other guys on TRT are just running circles around them. So we just had a guy come in this week and literally told me that story. It just reminded me of that. Like all my guys are on it, and now I need to get on it because I can't keep up. And then we got guys starting companies; they're leveling up. So we got to get them in that 10x.
Yeah, I've never shared this publicly, bro. That I kind of feel like it's a superpower being on testosterone and being on peptides. The only peptide I'm on right now, I just got back on human growth hormone. I just got back on that, but I'm considering other peptides as well. By the way, we got to talk about the P shots, the plasma shots. So one thing I've struggled with the last few years, my hair was getting thin. My hair was getting thin, so I got on the Hims. I started doing the topical spray a few months ago. It had a little impact. I seen a little bit of the thickness come back, but you recommended the P shot. I just did it last week.
Yeah, we call it PRF.
PRF.
Yeah.
So is that plasma?
Yes, your plasma.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Basically, the phlebotomist will draw out your blood. We run it through our machines, and then we pull out the plasma. And then Samantha, she'll go through and actually put it in the spots that you need where you want it to actually grow a little bit more. I've done it myself a few times, and I couldn't even get a comb through one day, and I called him, and he's
crazy,
like,
bro.
I'm in. So it really works.
So I tried it. I'm going to get at least a few more sessions and then give it a couple of months. But one thing interesting that I haven't shared with you is that I was at a 9-figure boardroom event with Brandon Dawson and a bunch of $100 million CEOs, and there was a person there that was in the medical field. He was basically a medical icon. And they were talking about a lot of CEOs that were losing their hair. They were going to like these special facilities that they were getting these P shots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I wanted to figure out like, where are these facilities? How much does it cost? Where are they located? I wanted to get into it, and I couldn't get anybody to tell me where I can go to get them.
Wow.
So when you brought it up to me, I already knew I was going to do it.
Yeah.
It was already a no-brainer. So this is coming from, I heard this at an event with nothing but $100 million CEOs getting these shots on their hair.
Exactly.
Because you go through stress, bro, running these big ass companies. I mean, who are you telling, right?
Yeah.
We go through a lot of stress, and we don't understand the impact that it has on us.
Yeah.
So testosterone helps your stress. Like if your hair starts thinning out because of stress, or you start getting, the balding spots on your beard or whatever, dude, I mean, you need that edge.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I was at some of these networking events. Like, what I'm realizing is the guys like you that are really successful, you're kind of like to that point, you talk about that and like how to help each other out. But honestly, it always goes back to health. So when I'm there, a lot of them don't even know that I own Game Day. And then it just comes up like, yeah, I'm on TRT, or I'm doing this, or I have the lotion. And then it's always goes back to that because they've all leveled up from being on that.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
It's just a game changer.
It has for me, bro. So
me too. There's
funny.
No way I'd be sitting here without TRT, 100%.
If we measure it, I became a millionaire in 2022.
Congratulations.
So thank you, bro.
That's awesome.
2020, during COVID, I started doing a lot of self-development. 2021, I really started applying what I was learning through my self-development.
Right.
And right around 2022 is when I got on testosterone and I started working out like a madman.
Yeah.
I started, during 2021 I started, but I started going like deep towards the end of 2021, eating clean, working out. And then all of a sudden, I become a millionaire. And then the next year I'm a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
You know, and I haven't looked back. So you can say, yes, it's your hard work. It's this, it's that. Nah, dude, it's figuring out how to become superhuman.
Yep.
That's really what it is, you know? So what's next for you, bro?
So right now we're opening Redlands. So that's taking off. And basically the biggest thing I'm going to do is just, you know, get game day in Rancho Cucamonga and Redlands, the biggest, and I want to be number one in the entire United States and just keep that title.
That's right. That's right.
That's what I'm going to do. So I'm constantly networking with owners around here, coming up with creative ideas. It's what I want to do, and, you know, family and, you know, making money, health is wealth.
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
And wealth is health.
That's right.
So I want to say this.
We should make a podcast with that. Right?
I know. Health is wealth and wealth is health.
Wealth is health.
So here's what I want to cover, okay?
Yeah.
Your plan to grow. Like, how do you see yourself? We know you're going to become the number one clinic for game day. What we want to know is, how do you plan to do that? And like, what's your target in becoming the number one clinic? How fast?
I think I haven't really thought about how fast, but the only way that I think I could be completely be number one is all being out there in the cities. That's where it is. You have to be out there and see the people. Even when I go to dinner, if I'm wearing a game day sweater, like, people just come up to me and be like, hey, what's going on with that? Like, if you're out there, and it doesn't matter what company you own, if you're out there and you're repping your own stuff, people are just going to come up to you. If you're a roofer, like, hey, I need my roof done. So
promoting.
Yeah, exactly. Promoting. You need to be out there, and, you know, digital ads are only going to do so much. Those are just videos that are just waiting for the leads to come in. I'm a go-getter, so I want to go out there and I want to find them. And I want to talk to guys. It's all about educating them too. So it's not like I'm selling them. I'm just like, hey, this is what it is. If you're interested, let's go see if you can get qualified to get on it.
So for me, like, if I was in your shoes, and this is just my 2 cents for whatever it's worth.
You're going to give it to me anyways.
I am. So what I would do, bro, is I would do a lot of social media content.
Right.
And I would boost it in just the cities that you're located.
Okay, got it.
So just Rancho Cucamonga and just Redlands, boost the fuck out of it.
Okay.
If you can put $1,000 a week off of just boosting your post in just that city.
Right.
Like, only Rancho Cucamonga, no other place, because what you want is everybody that's in that city, as soon as you go outside, they recognize you.
Yeah,
They're like, hey, what's up, bro? I got one of your ads that popped up. What do you guys do again?
Yeah.
And you can target, I'm not an expert at this, but I have teams that do this stuff for me. Gold Level Media is one of my partnerships. Shout out to Efren and Miguel. Okay. Gold Level Media does this for me. They'll boost it, but not like through my boost. They'll go through the back end and they'll run ads on it.
Right.
But they'll set the specific criteria. So they'll put target men above 35 years old, only in the city of Rancho Cucamonga.
Okay.
So you're only targeting those people. Yeah. Those are the only people that you're targeting.
Right.
Okay. And you go ape shit on your budget, whatever you can afford, you go ape shit on it.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have to be very specific on the ads that you're running to those people. So an example would be, are you over 30? Are you a 35-year-old male or older and feeling fat as fuck? It's horrible, huh? You probably feel lazy. Does your pecker go up? No. You're probably not, right? Or at least you struggle with it. I got you guys. You run ads on that to 35-year-old males just in Rancho Cucamonga and be like, hey, bro, you're the guy with the pecker commercial, huh?
Yeah.
That's me, bro. I'm John, Pecker John.
I think Mike should run those ads, actually.
So we'll
cut that out. We'll send it over to that media market. Yeah, let's do it.
So, well, I'll be your hired talent, bro. I'll be the actor in that video.
I'll pay you. I'll pay you like testosterone.
Yeah. So, all right, dude. So you're gonna dominate. I'm gonna check back in with you in about a year.
All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna make sure that you're the #1 clinic for the Game Day franchise.
I appreciate you, brother.
And tell them, where can people find you, bro? Where are you located? How can, if they want to do business with you? And guys, look, I'm putting my name out on the line here for John. I'm on testosterone, and I'm probably going to be doing other peptides as well. So I'm putting my name behind this. If you come see John, tell him fucking Mike Martinez sent you. All right? And where can they find you?
You get the referral.
I'll get the referral,
Let's
bro.
do it. So you find us on Instagram at GameDay_Rancho Cucamonga and GameDay_Redlands. Easily just Google search us. We can find it. We're always going to pop up. So look forward to seeing everyone come through. I really appreciate this, Mike. This has been my very first podcast.
That's right.
I told him I was a little nervous, but I'm a combat vet, but we overcame it. And this is fun, bro.
Easy peasy, dude. Lemon squeezy.
I'm going to hook this up. I'm going to put one of these setups in my office, and we're going to like interview guys after. What do you think about interviewing guys after they get all set up with CRT?
Absolutely.
Do like a little mini podcast.
Absolutely, bro. Quick 10-minute tutorial or quick 10-minute testimonial video. A testimonial video, quick 10 minutes, and then you chop it up, and then you throw it out there in reels on Instagram. And the ones that are fire, you boost those. Only in Rancho Cucamonga or only in Redlands or whatever. And dude, I mean, I know you're out there hustling, grinding, you know, hitting the streets. Canvassing and networking.
That's a real estate term right there.
Yeah, canvassing, door to door. I used to canvass.
Door to door.
But dude, Meta is very powerful if you know how to use it. And I'm not a social media expert in that sense when it comes to marketing.
Right.
But I know people that are, and I know the formulas through 10X. 10X has taught us the formulas. I learned from Grant Cardone and Brandon Dawson, bro.
Let's go.
So anyways, John, thanks a lot, bro. This was fucking so much fun.
So much fun.
Chopping it up, promoting your business, promoting you. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff and you want to learn more about it, you want to see John again, make sure that you comment what you want to hear from us. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on Mondays with Mike.
Let's go.